What it do, folks? What it do? Rebooted here for I gotta look at the date all the time, right? March 11th. Me, my man, Tall Boy, in the building, and we here for you, right? We here for you, Gretchen. I see you, my friend, over there on IG. Appreciate you for joining early. See, Gretchen on time too. See, that's good people, right? When you start at 4:30, the real ones come at 4:30. Yeah.
That's a
Tall Boy, how you
beautiful
living?
thing.
You all right, man? You hanging in there?
For the most part, I'm good.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm here in Texas. We had a death in the family,
Hmm.
and he was I don't know how to word it, but out of the four family members, he was the oldest, and he transitioned last week. So um, we're here to say our final goodbyes. But like I said, it's weird because you always thought that he would be here, but
Hmm.
it is what it is.
Well, condolences to the family there. Prayers from glad you're there, right? Because times like these, man. I know uh, everybody's so dispersed. It's good to be in the building with folks. So
Right, right.
and for our communities too as well, and it's public knowledge. So I don't feel out of place announcing this. We lost a member of our live streaming community last week as well. So prayers and condolences to the entire family. Mr. Robert Lee, who would always have me and Tall Boy testing. Listen, every time we gonna raise him up. See, we gonna talk good about it. Every time we saw him online, Robert was always testing VMix. He was always testing Restream. Always texting some kind of connectivity. But the man will be remembered as someone who cared about folks and would bend over forwards and backwards to help you late in the
Yeah.
evening. 'Cause I remember times you and me early on in the streaming days trying to figure out how to set up overlays, how to set up scenes, how to bring in a whole bunch of other stuff. Robert would sit
Hmm.
right there with us, man. Okay, this is how y'all do it.
Yeah, you
So,
sure were.
so that's good people. That's the kind of folks that you want to keep yourself around.
Yeah.
So, folks, y'all know how this goes. It's a conversation. It's not an interview. It's both of us, and we just chop it up and bring our perspective, our opinions about what's going on in technology. A few things that are always going on. South by Southwest is happening right. I'm having a little FOMO because all over my timeline, all over my Instagram, my threads, and everywhere, I see all my people in Austin right now enjoying
Mm.
themselves, partying,
Mm.
eating. It's the barbecue for me. Shouts out to Franklin Barbecue. We have to go next year, brother. We cannot not go. That makes sense.
That's on you, brother. I told you
Oh no,
it's expensive.
we gonna go there. We gonna get there. We gonna get there.
Okay. I was watching a keynote today on Blue Sky. I guess they had it yesterday.
Yes.
Where is social media going? And I didn't get a chance to watch the whole 1 hour video or interview that they did, dialogue, conversation, whatever you want to call it. But I kind of like what Blue Sky is all about, and to know that one, a female is heading it up.
Shouts out to Jay Graber.
Two,
Yes.
yeah, two, um, they're just saying, hey, we don't want you to lose your followers, because the social aspect is all over. So I didn't get a chance to get through the whole interview, but I'll catch it before the end of the week. But South by Southwest, and just Google or YouTube Blue Sky and South by Southwest. You'll see it. It's a great
Mhm.
interview
I think
from what I've seen.
this is going to be a huge uplift for Blue Sky, just because we can get political if you want to, but just all the stuff that's happening from the political scene and what Blue Sky consciously says they don't represent.
Hmm.
And more people join that platform in such a short period of time, and more folks are continuing to join that period. Um, we need them to add some more of the features that we're used to over on Twitter. I'll always call it Twitter. I'll never call it X, just because I'm old school like that. But we need we want the content creators, not just the information sharers, right? If we were just sharing information, links, and news, but we want to be able to stream video. We want to be able to do longer than 60-second video. So hopefully Blue Sky will bring some of that over to the platform as well. You over there, right?
I'm not too far away.
Okay.
I thought about going possibly just
Better come
pulling up,
on.
but then when I look,
Come on over to
but when
Blue
I look
Sky.
at, you talking about at my own Blue Sky? I'm thinking
Yeah.
I'm still on South by Southwest. Yeah, I'm over there. Yeah, I'm thinking like, yeah, I'm about to drive up there. Yeah, okay, yeah, we could do that. Let me sneak into a
We'll
party.
find a way.
Oh yeah, tall way, we'll find a way.
We'll find a way. You travel, you know, ball on a budget, travel on a budget. My goodness. What I'm also hearing coming out of South by is, I don't know, it seems like it's turning into Sundance Film Festival, just for the fact that so many Hollywood people, so many actors and entertainers and artists, we know that have the big concerts there, right? So that's always happening, but it seems like there's more of a focus during the week of the technology announcements with a whole bunch of movie A-list personalities and things that wanting to be in the room, which I think is just an interesting thing when it's outside of their norm, outside of their realm. But hey, you know, let's go check out what the pitches are that are happening on the latest technology. So
Do you really think that they're wrong because the producers, they incorporate technology, they incorporate it in their movies, right? And when they
yeah,
incorporate it, they show us a glimpse of the future. So they have to be ahead of the curve to be able to know what's happening or to be able to, put it into their movies. So coming to a conference like this, where let's say coming to a conference like this, they get a chance to, be in those rooms and see what's cutting edge. I remember the year that I went, they had the flying car, and I got a chance to meet the gentleman and interview him about the flying car. And now to be able to see, umpteen years later, almost 10, 12 years later, they have flying cars already in production in China. So
that's
it's
true.
not the same company, but they're looking for funding. And now we could be possibly living in the Jetsons,
My good.
in the Jetsons era in the next 10 to 15 years, if not sooner.
I want a Rosie. Remember the maid? That's what I want.
Yeah,
That's what.
but they already got that. That's already here. It's expensive, but it's here.
I don't need the car to fly. I still want a little bit of control, but I do want a Rosie to come around and mainly to clean this pool, so I don't have to do it. So again, I'm being selfish talking about me, but I'm sorry. Joyce is in the building. Shirley's in the building. Renee, Steve, and we got Gretchen over here. And I see you over there, brother, over there on IG. Appreciate you as well. That was all I had on Southwest. Congrats to the OSU Beavers women's team. Yes. Say that again. Say that with your
Shout out
chest.
to Tavia. Oh, okay. I see you over there. Savagely Stunning and My Sunday Greens and what is it? Samara be thanked CO. Thank y'all for tapping in with me over there on the IG pages. Definitely appreciate that.
Let me ask you a couple of things. We didn't share all this time, folks, because I wanted to we were both very busy this week, and also wanted just to have dialogue on the spot. So, I'm kind of a car guy. I'm not going to put all my business out there in these streets, but Elon Musk is having a tough time. He's still making money. He's still the richest person on the planet, but he's having a tough time. And I was recently at one of the showrooms returning a vehicle, and there was a lot of folks. There were still a lot of folks there buying and reserving and taking test drives and doing all of that. However, I go to another dealership or another showroom, because they don't necessarily call them dealerships. And you got folks that are out there protesting. You got folks that are out there carrying flags and signs saying down with Elon, down with Tesla and all that. Here just today, 47 was on the White House lawn with a whole slew of Teslas and telling folks, if you are going to continue to bash the company, bash the man, bash the progress, he's going to start labeling that as that violence as domestic terrorism. The reason I'm bringing it up in this context and in this show, we're a technology show, Tesla for the most part, and I was telling my wife this the other day, Tesla is a computer that happens to be a car. The car I just purchased is a sports car that happens to have a computer attached to it. People really buy Teslas for the technology. So a lot of technology forward folks are buying those automobiles as opposed to for any other reason. So this is just an interesting thing to see government so aligned with a technology company that also has its claws into what's going on in policy. I just wanted to bring that up and see what you thought about that, because I know you have driven Teslas before. You rented them, and I just do you think that there is a place that this is right for federal policy to come in to mandate how the common people, how people protest, boycott, whatever the case may be?
No, I personally, I think a lot of people are dealing with emotions, and it's almost kind of like the Target ban, right? I don't know if y'all are shopping at Target, but
Not right
it's
now.
like,
Not right now.
well, we not shopping at Target because
Not right now.
you don't support what we have going on, right? Or you don't support diversity, equity, and inclusion. So we're not going to support you. Um, and unfortunately, people are upset. The technology is great, but we just don't like the person that's behind it. Now, for the government to get involved with it, that has no government has no right into getting into a privately owned company. You didn't do this for Ford, you didn't do it for Toyota, you didn't do it for Chevrolet, you didn't do it for anybody else. So why is it because you're in bed with this guy that's making these political decisions? Why is it that he gets a pass? There's electric vehicles all over, and they're having the same struggles that he's having. Unfortunately, he's just having a rapid decline. But why is he having the rapid decline? It's cause and effect. You cause pain on us, so we're going to do what as an effect? We're going to respond in the way that we want to. So unfortunately, the government is going to see it the way they want to see it. Excuse me, not the government, the administration, the current administration is going to see it the way that they want to see it. And, America's built on American dollars. So if you got money, money talks, BS walks.
That's going to be cut up right there. Give me about 2 hours. You're going to be all over the internet one more time.
This guy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my honest take on it. It's we know that Americans can the power that we have is how we spend our money. When you think about it, every month there's always a sale. You got January, New Year's Day. What other holiday that they have that's in January? Come party with us at the start of the year, and I think that January 17th is Martin Luther King Day. They're gonna have some type of celebration. February, Valentine's Day. Spend the money on the person that you love. March, St. Patty's Day, right? April, Easter. May, Mother's Day. June, Father's Day. July, 4th of July. August, Labor Day. September, that is September, August is the same, but October, Halloween, November, Thanksgiving, and December, Christmas. Every month there's a sale, and that's the goal, right? So as long as we can get the Americans to pump money into the American, ecosystem, we're going to thrive. But the moment you start saying, I'm going to start supporting small business, I'm going to start putting this money in other areas, I think that, and not doing it the traditional way, I think you're going to have some problems.
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned about Target, because I went in Target right before the boycott, I guess, officially started. Before, we was told, hey, we're not going up in here right now. I went in there because I use Bevel black owned, black founded company for men's hair care.
Okay.
Everything is on clearance. I walked up in there and said, "Wait a minute, was it?" Because I know my guy. I know he's not going out of business, but it was shocking to see. Then I looked around and I saw all the, the Papa Tui stuff, the Dwayne Johnson stuff, clearance. Like, okay, they out front with it. Target is out front with it, y'all. They are not playing when it comes to weeding out folks that they want to weed out. Everything was on clearance. Just those particular shells were very bare. Okay, we won't have to get into that too much. But at least Maria's in the building saying hello. Still working, but glad you are here, my friend. Listen, let's get back to some tech here because you are connected and you're remote, but man, you sound good. Let's talk.
Man,
Let's pivot a little bit and talk about what are you using, man? Because you remote with a studio set up there. What kind of microphone you rocking, man? Let's talk about
So
that.
I honestly, I brought the whole setup with me, but I could not bring, and I could have, but I didn't. I did not bring my standard Shure SM7B that I use, but I told you we have a great relationship with Saramonic. Shout out to Saramonic. But I'm using their Saramonic Blink 500 Pro. And this is a wireless mic that's clipped, that's right here on my shirt. And it's clipped inside of my Rodecaster Pro. And I don't know how I sound on your end, but I mean, I feel as if everything is perfectly fine. I have two wireless mics, but only one is connected right now. So two people, you could do an interview with yourself, do another interview with somebody else, and you're good to go. So I mean, I'm looking at that as I'm mobile. This is very light. It does come in a nice little case that you see right there. So the case that I'm using. So this is where the third one goes here. So one receiver and two, what is it? Receiver and what? One receiver and two outputs.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like I said, if I wanted to interview somebody else, I can literally have that connected and we're good to go. And it also has some other cool accessories that come with it. I think if you wanted to have like a lavalier mic connected to it as well, but right now I just have it just connected to my shirt and I'm good to go.
I love
But
that.
it also comes with not hot shoe, but what's the little puffy ball thing for the
Yeah, the dead cat.
yeah, dead cat,
Okay,
and then it comes with two lavalier mics and then a charging cable, all inside of this nice bag that goes with this case right here. So
that's what's
it's
up.
all here.
That's what's up.
So I
Listen,
mean, and I'm not sure what the price is because I can barely see I can barely see on my monitor here. But like I said, Saramonic has been solid. I have another one of their units as well that goes great for cell phones. But this, you can use this with the cell phone. You can use this with the computer, and you can also use this with your camera. So clearly, you see me using this
yeah,
with my PC. But then now you can also take this same unit and plug it to your plug it to your what am I saying? To plug it to your phone and still be able to make it work as well.
that's dope. That's dope. And listen, you know you've got approval because Mr. Billy Thorpe is in the building. He says those are great mics. So when
Yeah.
you got Deal Billy coming through and saying that they work, then you know that's like two thumbs up. That's like a 5-star rating right there.
I mean, we all know that Shore is creme de la creme, right? There's no
Yeah,
knock. You know, we know Shore is ace boom coon, but there's some other solid audio um, uh, devices that are just as equal. Shore may be McDonald's, but no one never said you couldn't have a Burger King, a Whopper, and no one said that you couldn't have Dave's Classic over at Wendy's. So, with that being said, you just got to find what works for you.
this man over here making analogies with hamburgers. I thought you was gonna talk
People
about
can
White
relate to
Castle
that.
for a minute there, but then
Well, I was gonna
we
go
be dating
checker
ourselves.
burger, but I was gonna go with the checker burger,
They
but
ain't ready for
everybody
that.
may not know what
Yeah,
checkers and rallies is.
the youngsters they not ready for that. They not ready for the Piggly Wiggly and
You
and
never
all that.
shopped at Piggly Wiggly.
Brother,
Maybe
you
Mr.
don't
Hicks,
better
and maybe your dad, Mr. Hicks,
see.
did, but you have never. James, stop with your bougie ass. You know good and damn well you ain't never went inside of no damn Piggly Wiggly. Talking about, yeah, go with the Piggly Wiggly.
Go to
And
Piggly
you don't
Wiggly.
know nothing
I
about
drove
it.
by one.
You get 5 meats for $25. You don't know about that, bro.
I give me a steakum. Get me some steakums. You know, it's been a minute. I will say that. I remember. Okay, no, there you go again.
Too good, y'all. James is too good for y'all. See, I'm for the people. He for James is bourgeois. James is not going. He gonna drive by in his fancy vehicle and turn his nose up to us.
No, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that.
Hey, I'm gonna turn it up. Y'all.
I ain't gonna do that. See, here this is how the last show kind of went into as well. Now, see, we got Joyce laughing. We got Billy over there talking about it.
You're not going to no damn Piggly Wiggly, man. Stop playing, man.
Oh my God. I don't know.
Probably never had a spam sandwich in your life.
No, well, not too many, but I've.
I'm just being honest, man. Ain't never had no ramen noodles or nothing. He said, "Nah, I had the Master P noodles, but I ain't had no ramen. No, I ain't had no top ramen. Nah, you too good, bro. You had pho. You didn't have ramen noodles, bro. Stop.
You notice I'm just being quiet, y'all. This is this is gold right here. This is just perfect stuff right here for the internet. So I'm just letting that marinate out there for a little bit. Letting that marinate. Y'all, if you got any questions for us, ask us. We're not going to hold everybody too long today because I want Tallboy to get back to family and take care of that. That's most important.
This is my getaway. This is
okay.
Good.
Oh, you trying to? Okay. See, I'm gonna leave that alone until you trying to get away. Well, let me do this
because it gets real tomorrow, and Thursday is the actual funeral. So this is the calm before the storm. Other family members are pulling in later on this evening, so it was like, hey, let me go find a quiet room and let me just be me. So let me go ahead and say, if you watch the Lab Tech show on Wednesday, we will not have a show tomorrow. So this is my tech fix for the day, or for the week. So please, thank you for understanding during this time. But we will do a rebooted session. So that way you can get your tech fix today.
I love it. Hit the spot. 1006 talking about she ain't never had a spam sandwich either.
Okay.
And see, she lived in the kitchen. Right,
yeah,
she know how to work them things. She at the stove at the oven.
Let me throw her on blast real quick.
Oh my God! Oh, let me get off camera.
So the other day, I don't do the TikTok thing. Y'all know I don't do the TikTok thing, right?
That's a perfect segue into the next story. But go ahead, okay.
So I don't do the TikTok thing, but they had this device that will follow you and track you. You know what I'm saying? So if you walk to the right, my right, your left, the other way, the camera will track you. And so I was like, we talked about it on the show about how I got it. She didn't hijack the device. Talking about, can I borrow it? And now next thing I know, she didn't learn how to do this. That means go. This means stop. She didn't took it over. I don't think I'm gonna ever see it again. And it works. So now she don't even need me to do no live streaming production. She don't need no work done. She just gonna just cook using this tracking device.
She just PTZ. She PTZ by herself. Pan tilt zoom by herself.
Wow. By herself, without us.
She's like, you talking about me? But at least you talking good about her. You talking good though, right? There you go. She said, you talking about me, baby? That's what's up. That's what's up. Listen, let me put this up here real quick before we go, but because that segue is a good one for the next story. Gretchen said the Meta Ray-Ban glasses, pretty impressed with the sound she can get out of them, listening to them right now, and she got them as a recommendation from us. So shouts out to Gretchen there for picking up the Ray-Ban Meta glasses.
You got the new ones.
Yeah, well, we recommend the new stuff.
Yeah. Right. Well, no, not because I got them right here. I just haven't activated them yet, and I'm probably going to activate them tonight and make the transition. like I said, I love the original Ray-Ban stories because when you record, the light is not blinking. But
Yeah,
the AI in the new versions, that's
it's
the
hot.
sexy part.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's the sexy part.
you know, I know how I feel about Zuckerberg too, but man, that AI and the metas is not. I'm never gonna get a sponsorship from Facebook, but them Ray-Ban metas is hot. Mama D's in the building saying good evening, y'all. First time
What's
enjoying the
up, Mama
rebooted, so
D?
she's in the building. Appreciate that. Um, all right, so let's do this. You were talking about TikTok, and I am a user of TikTok. If you are a user of TikTok, in the comments, let us know. TikTok is trying to do something. They trying to get. I think they're getting a little intrusive, but I'm not going to answer the question before even posting it out there. Here's the headline: TikTok's mood music will tell teens to wind down after 10 p.m. in an effort to get kids off of the platform because it's very addicting, right? The dopamine hit of that swiping left, swiping right, and watching those 30, 60, 90-second sessions or whatever. People are watching us live on TikTok right now, so don't swipe away. Watch it. But TikTok is now getting a little more intrusive. And I think the intentions are good, but saying, hey, you've been on the platform for too long. It's 10:05 now. Why don't you go ahead and shut this off? Maybe go read a book, go do some homework, or go to sleep. Your thoughts on something like this? Because Apple does something very similar with their focus mode, right? They say, hey, you spend all this time either doing email, doing social media, doing whatever, but you won't take a break. So Apple as a whole ecosystem is also trying to implement something like this, but it kind of gives you a nag screen. What are your thoughts about a social platform saying, tall boy, you as a teen have been on platform for too long. Here it is, 10 o'clock. Why don't you go ahead and start shutting it down?
Question before I respond.
Mm-hmm.
Is it because you've been on the platform too long throughout the day, or is it only after 10 o'clock?
So here's the statement here. Tells teens to stop using the app at night and more controls for parents. If a teen under 16 is still using the app after 10 p.m., TikTok will interrupt their feed with a full screen wind down reminder, which will play calming music to help teens relax, to be mindful of the time.
All that's
So,
going to do is irritate the kid. That's
and
all that's going to do.
it
I
didn't
mean,
even sound right when I read it out loud.
if it's not going to shut down, then all you're doing is irritating the child to say, I ain't messing with this. And eventually they're going to leave the platform. Two, parents need to monitor their teens or their kids' social media use, shall I say. That's probably the best thing. They need to do a little bit more monitoring. Parents need to start parenting
Come
and
on now.
say, hey, I can control from my phone by just turning off the Wi-Fi that your phone ain't gonna work and take your tail to bed. That's all you got to do. They want to get smart with you. Okay, no problem. Handle your business, and then you just go downstairs and just turn the Wi-Fi off. I bet you they can't get on there. Hey, the internet. Hey, you wanted to get smart? So
You
I think
wanted to
TikTok
talk
doing
back.
this, yeah, f around and find out. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But this is only going to irritate the child. That's all it's going to do.
Yeah. And so it's a nag screen. I agree with you 100%. What's up, tech troublemakers in the building? He says he doesn't do the TikTok. But here's the deal. Though teens can ignore the initial 10 p.m. reminder, it will display another prompt that's harder to dismiss. TikTok plans on expanding this wind down feature in the future, as it is going to start testing incorporating meditation exercises into the reminder in the coming weeks. So ignore the first one, but then after that, if you're still on it, probably next 20 minutes, next 30 minutes, whatever, get off the platform. That's very intrusive, especially for a platform that no one's paying for. If I was paying for it, then some of that can make sense. But again, this is a free platform. Don't tell me how to run my house. Kind of just like you were saying, right? Let the parents and the kids have that conversation. But it's just overstepping bounds to me. But love to hear what everybody else thinks as well.
Okay.
You know, there you go, man.
I just think, yeah, I just think that all it's going to do is irritate the kid. And once the next platform comes out, they're going to say, we don't like to be regulated over here. We're going to go over there. That's all they're going to do.
Yeah.
And quiet is kept. You know, as much as I don't like TikTok, that's just a personal choice. The women are over there.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about TikTok. I don't know what it is, but I mean, I have people that they don't do social media, but they out there. Um, uh, what is it? They ghost watching. So they have an account talking about how they don't know how to work social media, but they'll spend 2 hours on
They got some
TikTok
burner
talking about,
accounts. They got burners over there.
over there acting like, I don't know how to work my social. I don't know how to do the Facebook. I don't know how to do the Instagram or the YouTube. But they over there watching TikTok. That's what the women are doing. Talking about
My
how they
God.
don't know how to do nothing, but they know
My
how to
God.
get in everybody's business and they know how to find out everything.
And don't get in trouble now. No, because you got a lot. You got a lot of the family from the live tech show in the stream right now and in the comments. I just make sure don't get in trouble. Okay.
I'm not getting in trouble. I'm telling the truth. I have family members and I have friends who swear up and down that they cannot watch the live tech show because they can't figure out YouTube, but yet they got a TikTok account and they over there FAFO. They over there in the 40 and up club. They over on Hillman Talk. And I'm like, oh, you sent me a message? What you know about this?
They over there on Black TikTok.
Yeah, but they can't support. I got you. Say less.
Oh my God.
Oh
my God.
My goodness. Okay. Let's get back to some comments. We'll get to the next one. Mr. Christopher Williams is in the building. See you, brother. Appreciate you for joining over there on IG. Tech Troublemaker was saying that he's wearing his smart glasses right now and that they can also double as a monitor. I need to know what those are because I might buy some today.
Did he say that they can or he wishes they could?
He says that they can. That can also double as my monitor. Put a link in the comment, brother, with your affiliate code, and I will buy those today.
Those are the. No, he said he bought the Metas.
These don't double as a monitor.
That's what. Hey, he may have rigged it up. Shout out to Shirley. What is it? Shirley P.
Yeah.
She said that. No, Shirley P said she dropped the Metas. No, he's saying he is wanting smart glasses that can double as a monitor.
Oh, see, I got mine on, and these do have my prescription. Lord, I see. I'm sorry. This is just coffee. I'm not drinking anything else right now. I got 4 eyes and drinking caffeinated juice.
Lord Jesus.
I'm just always ready to spend some money. I think that's my problem.
Well, let me hold $100.
What happened? What? I can't. Them Saramonics are breaking up. Them Saramonics are breaking up.
It's time to give up some money. Huh? Who? What?
Let me go donate something to. You know what? I tell you what we can donate to because this is where y'all can go donate something if you want to go donate something to my guy who's out here doing big things. So let's give him some shouts. I give him some props. This man got his merch out there. Shouts out to Fourth Wall as well, because that's the platform that you built it. But you got all your merch for all of your shows and for all of your catchphrases. You know, TBJ in the building. You can't bring TBJ to this show, but he's a good man to be on your show.
He'll be here one day.
And that'd be a short show. That'd be a short show.
What's your problem with TBJ, man?
I don't like. Okay, we going. Okay.
Yeah, we going there today. What's your problem with TBJ?
I like the technology. I like what you use. So what? So folks who don't know, TBJ is this animated avatar. Well, you should describe it yourself. I don't like the voice.
Go ahead.
I don't like the voice. I don't like the voice.
You don't like the voice?
Yeah. If you just did TBJ as you, then TBJ can come to the show. TBJ is animated as an avatar created using AI. I believe using Microsoft's platform that you made. Well, talk to. I don't know what it is. I don't have one. I'm not using one.
So TBJ is an animated character that's on using Adobe Character Animator.
Oh, Adobe.
You had
That's
to have
right.
a second. You had to have a second device to come in, and I didn't like TBJ as the voice of me and me still talking. So when I went into sound effects, I found a sound effect that I thought that would attract the ladies, and the ladies love them. And the thing about it is, it's a lot of stuff that I really be wanting to tell people, but if I say it, they're gonna be like, "Did that really come out of Tall Boy's mouth?" Because some folks need to be told about themselves every now and then,
Mm,
right? Like James. But
mm,
when
mm, mm.
TBJ come on,
You could just
and it's
drop it.
like,
You could be like,
yeah. So when
okay,
TBJ come on,
okay.
he just be saying whatever, and then it's like he kind of got a point. But because it's an animated voice, it's like you don't feel like TBJ is cursing you out or talking back at you, and that's why TBJ thrives because the ladies love him.
I bet he does. You know, and you can again, you can bring him to the show. You can bring him to Reboot It, maybe for like the last show because we for the last one of the season. But just as long as you bring your persona,
I hear you.
you know, I love you though. I love you though. So there you go, man. There's your shop. I put the link up as well. I don't know if you got any
Yeah. So
specials or
so so one
sales,
so
but
one thing
TBJ
so
adult
one thing
beverage
about
glass.
one thing about the merch, there's nothing over $35, and I think the cheapest or the least inexpensive thing is $5. So I mean, like I said, if you see what we got going on and you like it, I'm not telling you to give me money as much as I would love your Cash App and your PayPal donations. I want you to walk away with something.
Mm.
I want you to walk away with something tangible to where when you go to the grocery store, you're out in public, you got that bag, ladies, and the bag is so dope. It's got two different images. You know, most bags only got one image on the front and there's nothing on the back. But if you click on that one, the bag, it's got two different images. And so now you can have the bag on either side and it's definitely a conversation starter.
Cool.
So, I mean, so my thing is we just try to provide high-end quality products that we thought that you would appreciate. And we wanted you to walk away with, a piece of the Lab Tech show and Talkboy.
There you go, brother. There you go. I'll make sure to again put the link to the location and all of the descriptions everywhere that we are after we're live because we are on multiple platforms. I'll make sure to tag it so folks can see your wares. Love it. Love it. I know a lot of folks here in the comments have picked up some things as well. So that's dope. That's dope. Let me bring this up because we've talked about this company before, and this is an interesting week because we talked about this actually last week about them expanding into the Austin area, but Waymo is not slowing down. Waymo, right again, started San Francisco primarily, then made a huge launch for Austin for South by. Now this story is coming out today saying, listen, we all over Silicon Valley now. We really trying to do the thing, and it's become a norm that I've seen lately because I go down to Sunnyvale a lot. I go down to Palo Alto a lot. I go down to Cupertino a lot, just right down the road from me in Silicon Valley. And to see these automated cars, I was just down in Irvine this weekend, ton of Waymos down there. I'm loving the fact that this technology is taking over. I know a lot of folks are still uncomfortable with a fully autonomous vehicle just rolling up, coming to pick you up. You jump in the back and boom, it takes you to where you want to go. But this is pretty dope to see, and I like the fact that I'm seeing it outside of who we thought was going to do it first, right? We thought Tesla was going to do it with their cyber tech. We call them cyber taxis, whatever they were going to call them. But to see someone like Waymo come out here and do it first, do it real big, San Francisco, then Austin, go through all of the learning curves and all of the trials and tribulations. Now Greater Bay Area, again, Palo Alto, Mountain View, Los Altos, Sunnyvale, all those spots. I had to get some stock in this company. Yeah. You gonna get into Waymo?
I don't know. There's other competitors that are out there. Waymo is basically just creating. They have a marketing budget, and they're utilizing their dollars to where people can see them and also hear them.
Mm.
So there's other companies that are out there that are doing this, but it's just a matter of can they get the regulation from the federal government to be able to put their cars on the road, and also how safe it is. You got people like me that's willing to get in a self-driving vehicle, but then at the same token, you have people that are pretty old school and saying there ain't no way in hell I'm about to do that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, but it's no different from tech. Tech has never been defeated. So you
Wow.
may not like it today, but you will eventually use it. Quiet is kept. And I was so disappointed when I heard this news. But my dad said he went out and bought an iPhone. And I said, "You did what?" He said, "Yeah, I got rid of my flip phone and I just went on and went to." I said, "But my dad, he was one of those people. I had called the house number last week and the house number don't work. He's now onto mobile and his primary communication is mobile now. I never thought I would see the day.
And it's on
So
an
it's no
iPhone.
different. So and he's on an iPhone, and I'm like, "Why'd you do that?" And he told me, "I pay the bill. I do what I want to do." I said, "You know
All
what? You got
right,
it.
all right, all right.
All right, there you go with them sound effects. All right, yeah, all right." So,
When it fits the description of the conversation, like
oh,
Shirley say,
okay.
"Welcome to iOS." Hey.
I'm glad it fit. So this is no different from the. Like I said, tech has never been defeated. You
Yeah.
may not be ready for it today,
Yeah.
but look at how many people are using tap. How many people are going to kiosks inside
Mm.
of McDonald's
Mm.
or going to the kiosk? Like I make it a personal effort. I don't care what I got going on, but if I go in the grocery store, I'm going in the checkout line where they bag my. Ain't no way I'm paying for all these groceries, scanning my own stuff, bagging my own stuff, and give you my money. There ain't no way. So I don't care how long that line is. But when the self checkouts first came out, I'm not using that machine. How safe is it? Da, da, da,
Yeah.
da. Now look at how everybody is doing this, and now grocery prices have gone up, and y'all starting to really think about. Ain't no way in hell I'm about to give this grocery store all my money. You better get a register up here. I mean, get a cashier up here so I can just at least make me feel good for taking my money. So Waymo is doing this. They just happen to have the marketing dollars. They also have a little bit more push. But when I start seeing it come into suburban areas of metropolitan cities, I think that they'll have something. I know that they're testing in Georgia,
Yeah.
especially in the Atlanta metro area. Um, but at the same token, there's other companies that are here as well. You're going to get some pushback, and it's okay until there's an accident. And when there's an accident, then all of a sudden everybody wants to have regulation.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
there
so
have been a couple. I would say I'm not going to just be out here all pie in the sky, but there have been some incidents, especially since everyone's got a camera. There just recently there was an incident where Waymo actually ran through a construction zone in San Francisco, almost knocked the guy down that was waving the flag, the stop sign, went over the pothole. So there are incidents that have happened like that. So I hear exactly what you're saying.
So I just think that these self-driving vehicles are great, but like I said, you're telling me today that you're never going to get in one, and I guarantee before the end of your lifetime, unless you just are watching this video right now and say there's no way in hell, I guarantee you it's going to get cool enough in about 5 years to where you're going to be like, I never thought the day I would be in one of these
Mm-hmm.
things, but oh my God, this is so efficient. So
Well,
that's
like you never thought your dad would go from landline
never
to
to
mobile
iOS.
and then
No,
iOS.
I know. I never thought he would ever go to iOS. I'm like, what in the world?
Love it.
What was you thinking?
Love it.
So, but yeah, I told him, I
Yeah.
said, well, when you have tech problems, you're going to have to figure that out on your own. Oh, I know. Okay, well, good luck, Dad.
My
I
gosh.
love you.
Welcome to the family. Scotty, I see you over there on IG, brother. Appreciate you for joining us. That's an old school man right there. Appreciate you, sir. Kevin Cox is in the building, dropping gems as always. He's saying, about those self-checking kiosks. Yeah, we got to keep the people employed, so got to have somebody working at those kiosks. And yeah, been a couple of accidents in San Francisco with the self-driving vehicles. It's not accident prone. It's gonna happen. It's
Accidents
just
happen. That's why they got insurance.
got to have that insurance, boy.
I don't think none of now it'd be different if they was driving on the road and they didn't have no insurance. Now that's a totally different thing. But they got insurance.
Yeah, they do.
And I'm pretty sure 1-800 car wreck or truck wreck or call Amy Witherite or whatever the name is. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be ready. Come on, have you ever gotten into it? A lawyer is gonna be ready to get you paid if something go wrong. I guarantee it.
We got a lawyer here in the Northern California area. She's got a ton of billboards. I don't know her first name and I know her last name. So and it says, I'm gonna make up a first name. When something goes wrong, call Amy phone. That's her last name. So anytime there's a car accident, I know she's busy because she's got billboards all up and down I-80 here in Northern California. This is a good question from Shirley, though.
Marketing.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, she's asking about these because, again, this is a great question about the Waymos and about these autonomous vehicles. Is someone driving it from a laptop? No. It is completely autonomous. It's run by lidar. It's run by radar. There is nobody sitting in the front seat. They are connected to a central location. So Waymo knows where the vehicle is. They know how fast it's going. They know how many people are in the car because there's dash cams and all that. But everything is controlled via satellite. It's Google Maps for the most part. So it knows where to go and it knows traffic. So it's got all of that lane awareness. It's got traffic awareness, pedestrian awareness, but there is nobody in the front seat of it, and no one is controlling it physically or manually from a remote laptop. Good question. Good question.
So if you get a chance to see a Waymo car, or if you Google it, like James said, those cameras are on the outside. And like you said, they're connecting to some satellites. And what I saw in Atlanta was they had someone actually in the driver's seat, and he was just driving different times of the day, different traffic patterns. And they kind of know when, this time of day you could speed up, this time of day when, you're stuck in traffic, this time that you're going to be inching through traffic, right? And then they're just mapping out the routes, and all they're doing is going in circles. And it's like, well, why are you doing this? But they're just mapping out the route, so then that way they don't get lost. And that's just what the engineers are doing at this time. Would love to be one. I wish I had thought of that's a cool job to have. Let me be an engineer on driving cars. For self-driving cars. I think that would be a pretty dope experience.
Up and down the neighborhood. So let's see, Phoenix, San Francisco, LA, Austin, coming soon Atlanta, and then they're partnering with a African company in Miami. That African company is Move. Yeah, the African mobility startup called Move. So that's where that's coming from. It's pretty hot what's going on with them. So Not stock owners. I wasn't part of the beta program or anything, so I'm not completely advocating for, but I have ridden in them and felt absolutely safe in it. But check them out. Shirley says she's going to try one next time she's over by Dodger Stadium. Hope it goes well.
Come through, Shirley. Come through. You'll probably get in one before me.
There it is.
That's the crazy thing about it. You'll probably get. And then the crazy thing about it is wait till you see him in New York.
Man, I don't know if that's right. I don't know if that's going to happen. New York is crazy.
It's not going to happen overnight, but over a course of time.
I don't see. That would be insane to see a Waymo pick me up from LaGuardia and drive me to Manhattan. Just because even the regular cab drivers or, Uber or whatever, man, they drive like a bat out of hell. I can't see someone who doesn't have. I can't see without someone in the vehicle being able to have that experience of somebody running across the street. I don't know. I wouldn't be comfortable without somebody
New
at the
York.
steering wheel in New York. I'm comfortable with a lot of other stuff, but I ain't comfortable with that. All right. Zooks is another one. Yeah, Kevin is saying all rules are off the. Yeah, see, all rules are off with those lights and all those people in New York. See, it just completely off the chain there. Man, my gosh. Let me bring up, since we're talking about cars, and I want to bring up a story that probably would, like I said, would fit your audience on the Lab Tech show, even though you're not having a show. But I think this matches your demographic, and I hinted it. And is that a right word? I hinted it to you earlier, and it's about. You've used Uber before, right?
Have I what?
You've used Uber. I don't want to make any assumptions about nothing. I just want to make sure that, again, I'm coming. I want to make sure I'm not making no assumptions about nothing.
Oh, hell no!
You were just waiting to use the sound effect.
I couldn't find it in time, but I mean, I found it.
Okay. Lyft is coming out with something called Lyft Silver.
So you don't even know which one it is. Is it Uber or
No,
Lyft?
because
Figure it
it's
out.
almost like Kleenex and tissue, right? Because for the most part, people always say Kleenex. I said, "Have you used the Uber?" And then I would have just taken for granted that you have used Lyft. Not everyone
I
knows
like
Lyft.
better because Lyft is a little bit cheaper.
Okay. All right. Well, see, now we're getting into a little bit further discussion about that. But again, not everyone knows Lyft. Everyone knows Uber because they have had a better, I think, marketing campaign, just in my opinion.
All about marketing.
As you said before, back to the story. Lyft is coming out with a program called Lyft Silver, which is designed for elderly customers. That's their word, elderly customer. I don't like the word elderly. I like seasoned, but the word they're using is elderly. User experience designed for seniors with a simple new look, easy access to support. I'm sorry, it's only on iOS right now. I'm sure it'll become to Android as well. But your thoughts on giving something, because we want our seniors, we want our elderly to be able to have access to this technology. But just the fact that the company is coming out with a more streamlined interface, almost like a big button flip phone for our seniors, so they can access and take advantage of this technology. Because like you always say, it's not going anywhere. This technology is not going anywhere. You got to embrace it. So here it is. Lyft is saying, okay, for those folks who may not be as tech savvy, your dad's got a brand new phone. He's gonna fire up Lyft on his phone because he needs to get a ride from A to Z. New streamlined interface. What are your thoughts on something like that? Do you think he would use it?
Nope. It's a gimmick. It's a gimmick. Come on now. Y'all know this. Anybody can get or hail a Uber. What's so special about Lyft Silver? Well, what are the perks? Are you getting a cheaper rate? Or is it going to be more seniors that are another seasoned driver, as you say, that's going to be driving them?
Yeah, I like the word seasoned. Oh, okay.
What are the perks of this? Is nothing but a gimmick, and they're just trying to find ways to market to the 50 plus, 55, 62 plus crowd. And then honestly, if you don't live in a metropolitan area or in a metro area, would you really use this outside of going to the airport? Honestly. And this is for the people. This is for the people that are over a certain, over that age that consider themselves seniors. Outside of going to the airport, do you see yourself honestly using this? Because you're going to call your friends, you're going to call your kids, you're going to call your neighbors. Are you really going to call an Uber? Be honest. Now, you tell me, what's the perks of being this here, or is this really just another marketing gimmick?
It's definitely a marketing gimmick, but this is almost in the same line as that TikTok conversation, right? Where the companies are thinking that they're doing or have good intentions. There's very scarceness that's out of it right now. So they probably announced this at South by this week. But again, the idea is easy to access and support, which has not been
the wrong place to even launch it. You're launching it at South by Southwest, and
Well,
how many
I just
seniors?
assumed that. During the week of South by. So again, it's during that week when there's a lot of tech news. I will say that for sure, but I don't know if it was actually announced at
So,
South by.
so let's be honest.
Hmm.
You need to go to where the seniors have their AARP. They have something where it's like a senior walk or breast cancer walk or something like that of that
Hmm.
nature. And then you need to announce it just like you announce Uber and Lyft. Not at South by Southwest, not at CES, not at NAB. Because what seniors are attending those events? I don't know too many influencers that are seasoned, quote unquote,
Yeah.
that are going to these events to say that they can take this back to their audience and say, hey, y'all, did y'all know that they have Lyft Silver for us? They're not there. So I think that it's a marketing gimmick. I think that they dropped the ball and they probably should have had a better launch. Even if you would have did a Super Bowl commercial, great for golf commercials, right? You have to meet them where they're at, and you're not doing that.
Chris Stone is saying Lyft trying to create a differentiator. Agree, it doesn't have big upside. So he's in alignment with you. Appreciate you for being here as well, brother. I don't think it's going to work as well. I think again, it's just like the TikTok stories. Is these companies that are trying to do something, trying to say, look at me, look at me, look at me. But for the most part, the elderly, the seniors, whatever, aren't really going to take advantage of a whole bunch of brand new out the box technology and getting in a car with someone that they don't know. Even though this small report is saying you can share your ride details with the contact and use digital gift cards sent by people you know, so you can let folks know, hey, I'm getting in this Lyft. It's taking me to this place. The comfort factor, and again, I don't see my in-laws. I don't see my parents at 4:00 in the morning that need a ride to the airport if I can't drive them, calling up Lyft Silver, some stranger coming to the crib at 4:00 in the morning and driving them to
Hold
Sacramento
up, there's
International
some
Airport.
seniors. There's some seniors in the building. They're watching the show right now. Let us know, is this something that you could see yourself doing as far as calling Lyft to take you to and from, using the standard Lyft or using the Lyft Silver program? You still haven't given me the benefits, and while we're waiting on you, maybe James can tell us the benefits of being on Lyft Silver as opposed to being on Lyft. What are the benefits?
Those haven't been identified yet. The program was just announced, right? So all those
So,
fine details, all that how the sausage is made
so
that
why
you're
are
looking
you
for.
announcing something? Why are you announcing something and you ain't got no details?
Wow. Okay. I hear you. Yep.
No, I mean being honest, because
Yeah.
if it's going to be a young driver driving a senior, are they trained to deal with CPR? Are they trained? Because what if they have a heart attack? I don't know. I just, like I said, I don't want to be disrespectful to Lyft. Whoever's running these marketing departments, they really dropped the ball. It's like it's no thought behind any of this. Oh, this is a great idea, and we're going to launch it at South by Southwest. Why would you launch it there? There's nobody there that even understands or even markets to that audience. Why would you launch it there? That doesn't make sense. I would Lyft Silver. I would go to the advocate and partner with the doctor's offices and say, hey, we're partnering with XYZ hospitals in your city, and we can get you to and from the hospital. Partnering with XYZ grocery stores, we can get you to the grocery store. You see what I'm saying? Like that makes sense, especially someone that lives in the metro area. But if you don't live in a metropolitan area and you live out in the suburbs, you live out in the country, why would you even use Lyft? So who is the target demo once again?
Shirley, I'm sorry. Maybe they're going to drive slow and play a little Barry White. That's great. That's good. That's good. So the details and while you were talking, I was looking at a whole bunch of other resources. So it was announced in Bloomberg, but I was looking at other sources as well. And I'm looking at LinkedIn right now. but it's not coming out until later. This will be released later this year. But everything that I just said about a user interface designed for seniors, easy access to support, that kind of thing. But there's no mention yet of the value proposition. The
So what we
why
gonna do?
is
Make
not
it
really
bigger?
there yet.
They gonna make the button bigger to order?
They're gonna make, like I said, they're gonna make the big face flip phone. That's what they're gonna do for it. They're gonna do the big face flip phone. Audrey Moore's at the building. Want to say what's going on to her too. I saw her checking in. I want to make sure that we say
Look,
hello to everybody.
if you need your taxes done,
Like that.
if you need your taxes done,
Come
this
on.
lady she's been doing my taxes since 2010.
Get them right.
So if you need your taxes done, get right with Audrey. Okay, just find her on Facebook, Audrey Moore. If she's still watching, I'm sorry I put you on blast, but I'm just
put
trying
all her business. Well, we're trying to get that business because it's close to April, and who knows? April 15th may come and go. We may still do time. Okay, there you go. I don't want to get political, but again, Audrey Moore. That was interesting. That was a good discussion about Lyft. I didn't think it would go that route, but I'm glad it did because more and more folks were saying, okay, it's an idea, but how am I going to put my 70, 80, 90, my elderly person?
Look at Mama D's comment.
There it is.
I'll call a family member first. No Lyft driver for me.
Lyft app is compatible with the clapper now. Oh my God. Chris Stone is on it. But that's it. That's where we are. Is it overcorrecting too? Are companies starting to overcorrect and trying to oversimplify some of this stuff, make it overly accessible?
They're not thinking. And unfortunately, and I don't want to disrespect anybody, but you're putting the wrong people that are not connected with the community. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense.
Look at the Lab Tech Show.
Mm-hmm.
I find 4 articles every week that make sense to my viewer. I'm not about to talk to you about crypto. I'm not about to talk to you about, gaming. That's not my audience.
Mm-hmm.
So why would I be over here trying to tell, a 40 plus crowd about gaming, and there's probably 2% that watch, or talk about crypto? That's not their thing. But they do care about Netflix. They do care about self-checkouts. They do care about subscriptions. You see what I'm saying? Because they're trying to figure it all out, and they're trying to figure out how they can save money. So these marketing companies and these marketing executives, we have this great idea, and we're going to launch it at South by Southwest. Man, get out of here. Come on, man. So this is what you chose to do with the company's money, or with the dollars that was allocated for you. That's what you chose to do.
You need some better focus groups, huh?
If that's what you want to do,
yeah.
When I have my marketing budget, I have to be mindful of where I spend my dollars, because I may not get a second chance.
True.
So it has to be effective. So I think a lot of people are just throwing stuff at the wall because they have disposable income. But when you take that disposable income away from them and say, oh, well, if it does not convert, you don't get that same budget. You will lose that budget by 20%. I guarantee you those dollars. Once again, what did we talk about earlier? The money. When the money stops, I guarantee you'll start thinking about it, or else you will be eating some spam sandwiches.
My God. Make it plain, Pastor. Make it plain. There you go, man. There you go.
I'm just trying to just give
Tell
you.
the truth,
I'm giving you the real, man. That's all I can say. So I mean, it's not the truth that you want to hear, and maybe TBJ could have said it a little lighter for you. But at the end of the day, it's the honest truth.
Yeah.
So, and I think that we have a responsibility to, one, we're sharing the news, right? And you're asking our thoughts, right? And when I look at it, there's 3 sides. It's a great idea. Makes sense. But then you're not looking at the other side. And then we got to meet in the middle. And unfortunately, your side, they side, and the truth. I just think
always 3 sides.
I think they're just looking at their side.
Well, we'll see. Expect it to come out near the end of the year, so it says. Maybe they'll do some more focus groups around real people instead of just in a vacuum. But we'll see how it works out. That was it, man. That was it. I think we got all the questions, all the folks that left some comments as well. We had a gang of folks on a lot of places watching, listening, engaging, and we appreciate that. Thank y'all for hanging out with us as we do this experiment, as we do our best to break the internet in our own way, in our own way, right?
Hold on. Streets 94, my Streets 94.5 ATL says, I think for certain seasoned people, aka elderly in Florida, since it's big on senior citizens communities, plus if they don't see very well, etc., probably using the Lyft Silver.
There you go. We have the interesting foresight of being early reviewers and early discussing these types of things before they're even announced, right? So we can start punching holes through it, and hopefully Lyft, Uber, TikTok, Waymo, all these companies will listen, because I'll chop this all up and send it out to them. But hopefully they listen to the community and actually real people that could possibly use this, and then build that into the platform. So, again, instead of just being in one neighborhood, go talk to the folks, like you're saying, who your target audience could and really probably should be, and get their feedback.
Well, the problem is they don't do that. And I know this is not necessarily tech. This is just really more of a business decision. A lot of these board meetings or, meetings, they're not really they don't have a pulse to the city or to the culture.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you don't have a pulse to the city or culture, it's like you're out of touch.
Yeah.
And now you're expecting it to work, and it doesn't work. And once again, I will repeat, tech is undefeated. So it's good. You just have to market it right. So MySpace was good for so long, and then what happened? Facebook came along, and Facebook cornered the market. Facebook wasn't for us. It was really designed for some college students. And then Instagram came along, and then Snapchat came along, and then TikTok came along, and then, I skipped YouTube, but I mean, these areas or these things came along, and we have all learned how to adapt to all of these things, right? So it's no different from back in 2000, Walmarts were putting their flag in rural areas, big box retailers. And then guess who they put out of business? They put out the small mom and pop shops. But then now 25 years later, guess who's struggling? Due to what?
Yeah.
Amazon, Temu, and any other, Alibaba or whatever the case may be. So tech will forever win. It just may not happen overnight, but it's patient. So that's it. I can keep going on and on. I can go down this rabbit hole, but y'all get my drift.
Well, you get the drift.
It's here. And, like no different from what we're doing here vertical. I don't like it, but we said we were going to try it, and look at what's happening.
It's happening. Listen, we got Andy Lehman over here joining from IG. So we again, more and more folks are engaging and interacting. Shirley's saying another enlightening episode. So we're doing it. The experiment is working. We're gonna keep at it until the end of the season goes. But let's be cognizant of time, brother, because again, I know you said you don't have to, but I want you to get back to the folks that are on the outside of that door. And I gotta go pick up some more accessories.
See, he want to drive around in his
watch your tone now. Come on, we gonna bleep you out. We don't be talking too much.
Hey, look, I'm only putting out public information. You said you turned in your Tesla, so you turned in your Tesla. You had to get something new. That's public information. I didn't say what you got. You said you driving around with the new vehicle, so we don't know what you got.
That's right. Okay, we're gonna leave it at that. The only person that know about it right now are me, my bank, my wife. And my parents, who I took out to dinner last night, about 4 people.
It was like, I bet your senior was like, "That's
Yeah,
nice."
they was looking at it. They was like, "Oh, that they, it was nice. It was nice. I'm glad
Did
it
you pass
just
by the Piggly Wiggly?
we didn't go that direction. We went the other direction. Shouts out to him, dog.
You
I get not talking.
didn't go to the hood. You didn't go to the hood. I got you. It's all good.
we
You didn't go to the
went the
hood.
other direction. We
You
didn't.
went the other way. I
Yeah,
ain't mad at it, player. Like, you got to do what you got to do. But man, I
parked under the
appreciate you as
lights.
always. This is what we do. Take us out of here.
All right, man. Listen, folks, this is us, right? We come and we have a conversation about everything that's happening new in technology from our perspective. It's not always going to be sexy. It's not always going to be polished, and it's just from two cats that are out here living the life and trying to make a dent in the universe. We bringing you along with us, and we're glad that you are here on all these different platforms. Tell somebody. We streaming on all these different platforms. Follow Tallboy's channel. Follow my channel. It doesn't cost you anything. So we can go into a whole nother hour right there, but we're not. To subscribe, I know the word subscribe sounds like you're paying for something, but all we're asking you to do is give us some of your time and just an action and saying you're going to subscribe to our channels, because we are really trying to rise above the noise. There's a lot of noise out there on these internet streets, and we're trying to rise above that, bring value, enlighten, entertain, and educate. And if you're riding with us, if you're rocking with us, what you have, just again, continue to spread the news, because we're not going to stop. We're not going to
What
let
James trying to tell you in so many words is tell somebody about what we got going on over here. We appreciate y'all, but you got 2 or 3 friends in your phone that basically need to know about what's going on over here as well. And just tell them, just give them an hour. Maybe you don't like it, you ain't got to come back no more. But tell 2 or 3 people. Senior said that drive, that ride is something else.
I know, so I'm leaving these comments. I'm not even gonna pull these comments up.
And Mama D said, "You hold up. Did you get you a Bentley? You moving like that?
You know what?
You said you ain't on that attitude.
You know what?